Many people are treated differently just because of their gender or the color of their skin. That's wrong. Who wants to live in a world like that? Katherine G. Johnson was not going to be treated differently because of her gender or race, and she became a pioneer in American space history. She's an African-American woman mathematician. She worked at the Langley Research Center, which is part of NASA. She started working there in 1953, around the time they started hiring African-American women. Katherine had to challenge what people thought and how they acted towards women, and particularly African-American women in those days. The women did what they were told to do, she recalled in an interview. I asked questions. I wanted to know why. Getting an education was difficult for African Americans back then. Her school did not even provide any education for African American students past the 8th grade, so her parents moved 120 miles away to take her to a school that did. Katherine was gifted as a child. She completed 8th grade when she was 10 years old and graduated high school when she was 14. She then went on to graduate at the top of her class in college when she was just 18 years old, which is a normal age to graduate high school. This proves that she was just as smart or smarter than any other person. Being an African American did not matter. Katherine was so well respected at the Langley Research Center that John Glenn personally requested her to check a computer's calculations for his flight. Only about 5% of the people that worked there were African American. Katherine was part of that 5%. This is important to me because I love space and want to be an engineer at NASA. I can't imagine someone telling me I couldn't go to school or do a job because of my race or gender. Katherine G. Johnson ignored the race and gender barriers so that I and other kids could do what we wanted. If you want to know more about Katherine G. Johnson, then you can see the movie Hidden Figures, which is about Katherine and 2 other women who helped the space program be possible.